taking off my watch. I was like, let's go.
Yeah, you basically peed back and was like, hey, it's okay to pee.
I had more pee.
Yeah, you did. It lasted just a little bit longer than their pee.
I had more pee.
Yeah,
My bladder's a little bit bigger.
Yeah.
For sure. Welcome to the Common Podcast, where we speak upon common sense and realize it really isn't that common. All right, guys, you already know the deal. First link in the description is going to be the Patreon page. If y'all want exclusive content, we do upload some early content on there. So if you want to check it out before the podcast actually comes out, that's the place to go check it out. Also, we allow you to have some type of content control when you're in that. We set polls and just kind of discussions about what the podcast should contain in the next coming podcast. So guys, without further ado, this has been long awaited, right? We've been talking about it in the past few podcasts about the new co-host. We finally have him here, and I'm so excited to introduce him. And if you can join me on this little drum roll, I present to you Justin. He's cracked that Fortnite, my guy. Hi. All right, so Justin, introduce yourself. A little about yourself, married life.
Oh, like
just everything. Age. First name, last name. Let's start from the beginning.
Back in high school. Okay. My name is Justin Cortinas. I am married. I'm 25. And my favorite color is green.
Why is your favorite color green?
It brings me to like peace.
It brings
Yeah. Yeah. You know, just when you look at something and you're like, oh, that makes me happy. That's green for me.
Yeah. All right. So how long you been married before I ask you a little bit more questions?
About to hit 3 years this August.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
3 years?
Well, now you know. Yeah, 3 years.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay. I want to talk a little bit about how you and I came about, how you are the new co-host, why you're the new co-host, how that all came about. So I'm recording podcasts and I'm putting them out there, and then you randomly message me. You're talking about how you possibly want to be a guest on the show and whatnot, and you also mentioned that you wanted to do your own podcast.
Yes.
Which is kind of where this stemmed. And in the midst, you were kind of asking me questions, what did you, blah, blah, blah. And then I was just like, hey, bro, I think that you'd be a great asset to the team. Would you like to be a part of the show, give you a segment and whatnot? You're like, actually, I want a piece. I actually want to be the co-host.
Yeah.
And it actually turned out perfect because my brother, who was the previous co-host, is actually moving. So it was like perfect timing, and I couldn't be happier. But yeah, that's kind of like where it came about. What were your thoughts like actually coming into or did you just see the podcast like on social media? Did you actually see the podcast, or like what made you so interested into the podcast?
Yeah. Well, first I want to say thank you for like bringing me on board and being so willing to like actually talk to me about it. Cause like, I mean, generally speaking, a stranger reaches out to you and be like, hey, let me in. And I don't know, that's kind of weird.
Yeah.
But, no, so like we went to elementary and high school. I don't think we went to the same middle school, but we ended up, spending time in the same schools together. And so, years have passed, and you disconnect from people that you went to school with, so to see that you were coming back and doing something and being a part of something that is potentially going to be really beneficial to a lot of people that are going to be listening and watching. I knew that I was always wanting to maybe do something similar. I did want to do a podcast. So when I saw that you were doing it, I was like, maybe he can get my foot in the door, and just it won't be so awkward because we are aware of each other.
To be fair, we weren't like close friends or anything that. If anything, acquaintances. We knew who we were.
Yeah, it was a big school, so it was like hard to. Yeah, but it was just really cool to see that like somewhere where I came that someone was trying to do something really good. So I was definitely wanting to do something very, very similar to what you're doing in this podcast. So I thought you were the best person to go and get advice from and things like that. So yeah, I think we just, after I contacted you and told you that I was willing to talk about it, because I'm an open book, as you know from our few conversations, that I'm willing to talk about anything and everything.
You're very controversial.
Yeah, I'd love to be. But I just wanted to see where this might go if, you had me on a show, and then I can get an idea of how to do it myself. And then you just pitched the idea to me of like, hey, why don't you just join? And I thought that it would be the perfect opportunity to do so. So yeah.
What attracted me to you so much was that I can just see the love and the fact that you were so invested in the whole podcast thing. Even if like you weren't going to be a part of my podcast, just you being so invested into the thought of having a podcast, how well structured you had it in your head, even though you didn't even have a studio, you didn't have anything yet. Like you were like, this is what I want to do, and I'm very passionate about it. And I know that it'll happen, and which I believe that you would have been able to do it on your own. Appreciate that. Like, bro, that's the type of energy I want on the show.
Yeah, for sure.
So I was like, let's make it happen.
Yeah.
And yeah, so just to explain to you a little bit, I asked social media. If y'all didn't ask questions, y'all missed out. But I asked social media what they would like for us to ask, or topics that y'all would like for us to cover on the podcast. And I thought it'd be a great idea, like an icebreaker for me just to ask you these questions and us to go through them together.
Let's go for it.
We have some good ones.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's get to know each other on another level. I have quite a few that I think that will lead into a long tangent. So this one's pretty simple. Maybe knowing you'll probably make it a lot longer than what it needs to be.
Thank you for that. I think
types of music. What type of music do you like to listen to?
All of it. I don't really like the new rap. If I can listen to it a few times and be able to like actually say the words, I'm for it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Nothing too cluttered and
no.
sound
yeah. I don't like the personally speaking, I don't like the new rap. It's just not just the mumbling.
Yeah. So if you had a favorite genre, what would be your favorite
genre? Oh, for music, classic rock.
Classic rock.
Or just alternative. Those are two genres. But just
rock.
Yeah.
That's good.
Yeah.
I come in and out of rock. Actually, I don't know if you can see, I have a rock album. Pop rock
saw
album.
that.
Yeah. Up on the. So I love all types of genres. I listen to all types of genres. I'm a fanatic of music. I love it. So yeah, you listen to rock. I love that. I've been getting into rock a lot recently, more than I have albums saved now, and I've never had that before. I've had rock songs in my playlist, but not rock albums. Now I do.
I grew up listening to like country, but it's always like the old school. So it's like, I say old school, like the older rap, the older country, and just the older. Yeah, I have a hard time trying. I'm a very old soul, so I have a hard time trying to listen to newer music.
Got you. I'm a little bit more open, but it does take me a little while to kind of like appreciate it.
Sure. Yeah.
You know what I mean, it's art at the end of the day.
Yeah.
All right, this is a good one. Would you rather have no legs or would you rather have no arms?
No legs.
No legs.
I feel like prosthetics would work a little bit easier than like prosthetic arms. Or am I allowed prosthetics?
No, you're not allowed prosthetics.
Well, that's not fair.
Yeah, you're not allowed prosthetics. Either you're on a wheelchair or you just can't grab anything.
I'll be on a wheelchair. I can still go places on a wheelchair.
Yeah.
And experience life with arms. Yeah.
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 I'm with you on that.
I can grab a flower and smell it if I wanted to. I couldn't do that.
If my feet had thumbs, it'd probably be feet.
Or you'd be a monkey. Wait, no, monkeys don't have thumbs. That's the difference between us.
Really?
Like between us and monkeys. Yeah, they don't have opposable thumbs. That's why
they don't have disposable thumbs?
No, well, disposable would just mean they can throw them away. But no. They don't have the same type of. That's why they can't like grab things like
really.
We can. Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
I would much rather have my arms because I'm a gamer.
Oh, I didn't even think about that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm a gamer. Sure. I love the tech stuff, so I'm all in for.
Well, I mean, I like to eat too. So
you don't like to be fed.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
sure.
Well, no, and I like to eat very quickly and as much as I can. Yeah, I couldn't.
Oh
do
yeah.
it.
Well, I'm with you on the arms thing. Like, who needs legs?
Runners.
You won't be like, you won't be judged like, oh, you skip leg day.
That's also true. You have an excuse to miss leg day.
Yeah. I'm gonna be like, what legs, bro?
Yeah. But also, the only thing that would be annoying is that, like, you would have to constantly put on the brakes on a wheelchair just because, like, if you're at a slight incline, you can't just stop. There's benefits to both, obviously.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, but I would shoot for no legs, arms.
Yeah.
When's the last time you almost got in a fight and why?
I would say playing college ball. It happened all the time.
Baseball,
Yeah,
right?
yeah, college baseball. It happened all the time, at least my freshman year. It's just, I mean, brawls happened. And
Yeah.
nothing,
You're the fish.
it's the closest thing that you could, I mean, that I got to a fight was just, when benches clear and things like that. It kind of happened a little bit my freshman year. So, yeah, I would say that, it was always, it was more so for fun than actually being upset. I mean, if we're all being honest, like, it was just, hey, that guy screwed up my guy, so I'm gonna run out there and see if I can punch somebody as quickly as
But
possible.
when you're an athlete, little things will escalate.
Right. Which is why, so, like, if there was a punch thrown when benches were cleared, it didn't go from, like, everybody just staring each other down face to face. If there was a punch thrown, then the entire team on both teams were fighting. So it
Yeah.
was just, yeah.
Yeah, but I'm saying, like, even like something that usually wouldn't be a problem, like, because you're in this competitive setting.
Yeah.
That ego is gonna take over.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Oh, no, absolutely. And
A
I
little
think,
word, a little nudge, boom, it's
yeah,
on.
there was one game that we had that one of our guys did the catcher a little dirty trying to score, and but because it was such an intense game, we didn't care. So there was a couple punches thrown that game, and most people on both sides got physical before they when everybody dispersed was when the umpires started to slowly start to eject people. And be like, you're gone. As soon as players started to hear you're gone, everybody, because it was an important game, so everybody's dispersed at that point. So
For sure.
But yeah, what about you?
Yeah. So I was about to chime in and tell you about the last time. 'Cause mine was not too long ago. And listen, when I was in high school, I was very aggressive. Not that I was so much of a fighter, but more so in elementary and middle school, I was a little bit of a fighter. I decided to grow up and realize that everybody was hitting puberty except for me, so I had to stop that before I got beat up.
Yeah, no, for sure. You needed to play alpha before anyone caught on.
For sure. Yeah. So, but I still have that I hate when someone disrespects you, especially when you're trying to do the most to respect them.
Sure, yeah.
So basically, we're having Thanksgiving here at the house.
Okay.
Right? Having
So
Thanksgiving.
this is this past Thanksgiving.
This is this past Thanksgiving.
Okay.
2020.
All right.
November. And this is the first year in the house, right? We're having Thanksgiving. So we want to host, right? We have a neighbor who that is their vacation home. They don't live there.
Okay.
Okay, so this house right next door to us, the one you're asking,
Yeah, the blue one.
the blue one,
Cool.
it's empty.
Yeah.
Right. That guy, he comes down with his family just to go visit the island every once in a while, and I got to meet him coincidentally the very first week that we moved in, and he's like, by the way, this is my house, it's my vacation home, but while I'm gone, please park in my spot because it makes it look like it's not vacant.
Somebody's home. Yeah, nobody's
Exactly.
gonna be going. Yeah.
So, and if you can, not like intensely watch over the house, but if you can,
Keep
let
an
me
eye on
know.
it.
Yeah, exactly.
Sure.
Give
Yeah.
me a call, give me a text. Here's my phone number. Awesome. Got great vibes off of the guy. So, I never parked there. Never, because I don't need it. And I just want to park at my home. It's my home. I want to park there. But we invite my wife's family over, and we need extra parking spots. Like, okay, like perfect.
Till and park there. Yeah.
Exactly. I tell one of my brother-in-laws, hey, you know what? Park in that spot. You'll be fine. Park towards the very back. That way, you don't block. Because the other side, the other neighbor, they always park there.
Okay.
Because they also had the permission. Apparently, it was a problem. That we parked there. That I had told them to park there because they claimed that parking spot. So, anyways, he blocks them in. right? And so he was already gonna leave because he has kids and like they're getting tired. So I go politely, thinking like, initially I was like, okay, why would he block him in? But I was just like, whatever. I'm not even gonna get into that. Giving him the benefit of the doubt. Go over to knock on the door. Nothing. Ring the doorbell. I hear them whispering and bickering, but they don't want to answer the door. The mom says, "Don't answer the door." I'm like, I ring the doorbell again. We got two guys and the mom at the door cussing me out, pissed off, and they're like, "Who told you think like who gave you the right to park there? Who do you think you are?" Blah blah blah. Blah. I'm like, whoa, like hold on, like, can I not park there?
You don't live there either, bro.
Exactly. So I'm like, that the owner doesn't want anybody parking there anymore. Why'd you park there? I was like, oh, giving him the benefit of the doubt because me being a couple of months living here, I'm thinking like, okay, they have a more closer relationship to this person than I do. Oh, I was like, oh, I'm sorry, I didn't know that. I know for next time though, can you do me a favor, move the car? That way my brother-in-law can move out. And no, we're not gonna move the car. I'm like, why not? And so the mom that decides to step out and just like, no, who gave you the right, or what made you think that you can park there? We've been living here for 15 years. And that's when I realized, okay, this is more of like a territorial thing.
Yeah.
So I'm like, okay, so hold on. So there's a sonority.
Yeah. They've been peeing, every day on that. Yeah.
So that's a sonority thing now. Like you can only park there because you live there for 15 years. She's like, no, but we have permission. Like, so do I. It's like, you don't even know the owner. I was like, but I do. I have his number. They're calling bluff or whatever. But I was getting upset because like there is why would you have to act like this? This is not your house.
Yeah.
Right. I was getting frustrated. I started to realize like this is pathetic. Right. I was getting fed up. So I was like, cut the bull.
Yeah.
I pointed at the guy. You move the car. Ma'am, you have no right to tell me because it's not your property. I already got permission. I don't need to be explaining myself to you. And they reeked like marijuana. Bad. So I'm already I'm using that to my advantage.
Sure, yeah.
Okay? So I'm like, and if you don't move it, I'm going to call the cops. Y'all are high right now. Y'all reek. It's as simple as that. The kid, which is already pissed off, like he's like puffing up his chest, acting like he's gonna do something. I call him out, what's up? Nothing, right? All bluff. He goes to move the car as soon as I say that with the cops. Then, I call the owner, right? So I call the owner, so he thinks I'm calling so he thinks I'm calling the cops. So that's why he went to go move the car.
Oh, okay.
As soon as he realizes the owner, he comes back because he wants to listen. Call the owner up. Hey, sir, I just I'm here with the neighbors. Apparently there's a problem with me parking in your spot. I wanted to call you. Could you let them know that you gave me permission? Yeah, of course, speaker. Yeah, I gave him permission. Why is there a problem? Right? It's not your property. So he basically reiterates everything that I said. Yeah. He's like, you know what? Pass them the phone. I passed them the phone. I don't know what he said to them. All they do is hand me the phone back. He moves the car. Ever since then, they never parked there.
Oh.
But it almost got done. I was taking off my watch. I was like, let's go.
Yeah, you basically peed back and was like, hey, it's okay to pee.
I had more pee.
Yeah, you did. It lasted just a little bit longer than their pee.
I had more pee.
Yeah.
My bladder's a little bit bigger.
Yeah.
For sure. On to the next one. Okay. What is a favorite item that you've ever bought in your life?
That's tough. Favorite item that I've bought, or that's just like that I've owned, or that I have.
We'll say owned.
Owns. Okay. My first car. Okay. 2008 Mustang.
That's yeah.
Yeah, that was my baby until I had to give it away.
Why is that?
Or sell it. Needed the money to get into college, or to pay for my books. Yeah.
Sure. Dang.
Yeah.
That's unfortunate.
Yeah.
Mine would have to be my computer.
Your computer?
Yeah. Most people think house. Most people think cars.
Yeah, we're sitting in a pretty amazing place.
Thank you. I appreciate it, bro. Yeah. I work hard.
Yeah.
I worked hard in order to get this place.
Well, I'm glad that you've allowed me to live here now. So that's good.
Justin wants to live here because he says it's such a nice place.
It is.
But mine would have to be my computer. I'm so passionate about it. This podcast, which I'm extremely grateful to have started, wouldn't be able to be published without that thing.
Yeah, for sure.
So
For sure.
a lot of the things that I'm passionate about has stemmed from that computer. My YouTube channels,
Okay.
Gaming, everything has to be from that computer. That beautiful thing right there.
Mine was a kindergarten answer compared to that one, but okay. Let's go ahead and move on to the next
question. All right, quick scenario for you.
Okay.
All right, you know I'm a manager.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Don't even mention the store name because I don't want to get in trouble in the future and for the people to reference that on the podcast.
Right.
But you know where I work.
Yeah. At a very great place.
Okay. You're asking for a job
Okay.
and we're interviewing.
Okay.
Depending on the interview,
Okay.
I decide whether I'm going to hire you or not.
Okay.
Hello, sir. Justin, right?
Yes, that is me. No, sorry. Yes. Justin.
Immediately fired or not even hired. I'm just kidding.
Well,
so how you doing?
doing well, sir. How about you?
Good. You were early. I appreciate that.
Absolutely.
That's
15 minutes early.
Yeah, that's a great
absolutely.
asset. That's
Mhm.
good sign.
Yeah.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Do you have any previous work history?
How do I say that without giving away where you were? I do. I have history in serving and customer service.
Customer service.
Yeah, customer service.
I think you don't work there anymore, right? You don't
No,
work in this business?
no. I'm in between jobs right now.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. Awesome. And how long have you held those jobs?
Over a year.
That's good. So you're
Yeah.
pretty committed. Give or take.
Absolutely.
What were the reasons why you left those spots?
I just felt like I needed to move on to greater things and fulfill what I feel like my specialties fulfill.
And you think your specialties feel here?
Yes, absolutely. I
Really?
think that I'm allowed for growth here.
Okay.
I think that I have the ability to be able to have more interaction with customer service than I did at my last job, and so
That's
I'm
fair.
just really excited about that.
That's good. How long more or less do you plan on staying here?
As long as I'm allowed to, and as long as there's room for growth, I don't plan on leaving anytime soon.
So growth is kind of
Very important for me.
Very
yes.
important for you.
Yeah.
That's great. Which leads me to the next thing. What are your short-term goals?
My short-term goals.
First, actually, what are your long-term goals?
My long-term goals. Have a child.
Mm.
That's it. Yeah.
What are your short-term goals?
Get a car.
Get a car.
Yeah. Have a car. I don't want to have to worry about breaking down on the side of the road.
Is that going to be a problem?
Funny story.
Is that going to be a problem?
Well, no. I mean, if I have to bike here, I will. I just live a few minutes away, so
Awesome.
it'll be okay.
Perfect. It's important to keep those goals in mind because whenever you feel like you necessarily don't want to show up for work,
Right.
stuff like that's going to drive you, and we don't tolerate any call-ins.
And
here.
I don't blame you.
Okay. Awesome. You're hired.
Thank you. So excited to start.
All right, that was a good one. What is the next podcast gonna be? So this is interesting, right? Because we're gonna be speaking to a pastor,
Yes.
right? We're gonna
Yes.
be speaking to a pastor.
Excited about it.
Excited, and I think that you're gonna clash with him.
Yeah, I plan on playing a little bit of devil's advocate, but also speaking from my heart. So I'm excited. I really want to dissect this guy.
Yeah.
See what happens.
So he's relatively young,
Mhm.
especially when he started pastoring, and he has an amazing testimony. Don't know if he's gonna touch on it, but
Sure.
if he does, you're gonna be impacted.
Okay. Well, I can't wait for it.
So that's gonna be the next podcast. Most embarrassing moment.
Oh, embarrassing moment. Oh God. Oh, that was let's see. Oh, just the other day.
The other day
Yeah.
of your whole life.
Yeah.
It happened the other-
Yeah, actually, so it was like I stay up late. I'm a night owl.
Me too.
I had started to make myself a bowl of cereal, and when you have your own place, you tend to like walk around like in the nude. Yeah, it's
Me
your own
too.
place. Yeah.
Me too.
Okay. Yeah.
My wife still judges me. I don't know why.
And well, she shouldn't because it's your place
Yeah.
and it's so much more freeing. But anyway, yeah, and it was probably about 2 o'clock in the morning, so I'm not expecting anybody to come over. And I live in a studio, so my kitchen is probably about 6 inches away from the front door.
Oh no.
And there is a really like loud, aggressive bang on the door, and I'm making cereal butt naked. So I have to hide
do the
and
side
yeah.
peek?
Yeah,
you did the side
I did. I was like,
Bro,
well,
you
this,
gotta put undies before
well,
you do the
no.
side
Well, so
peek.
here's the thing. I wasn't gonna like sit there and be like, well, hold on, guest person at 2 o'clock in the morning. No, I wasn't gonna do that. So I'm like, well, if anything, I got mad because I was like, who in the what?
At that point, you just whip it out.
Yeah, well, I should have. But he did. Just to continue the story, I open up the door a little bit, and he says, "Hey, Tyler, what's up, man?" And I'm like, "Who?" Anyway, long story short, he ends up saying like, "Oh, I have the wrong door," and I'm like, "Did you not meet the person that you're trying to come and visit at 2 o'clock in the morning?" And then I'm obviously like, "Oh, you're probably not here for good things." But anyway.
Yeah. We had this full conversation butt naked.
Yeah. But like he did make the comments like as he was walking away, he reached a certain point to where I think the angle was just a little too perfect for him, and then just mentions like, "Oh, sorry to bother you, like to not give you enough time to put clothes on." So clearly he knew that I was butt naked, and so I don't think he saw anything in the front, but I definitely think he saw my bare juicy butt.
For sure. Your bare juicy
So,
butt. My most embarrassing moment actually stems down all the way to 6th grade.
Okay.
I had a science teacher. I don't even know. Is that what they're called? Right? There's not specific like science. Yeah.
She taught the
Yeah.
science.
She taught science. So she was my science teacher, and we had the principal's son in the class.
Okay.
Right. Immediately is a favorite kid in the class. Especially favored by her, obviously.
Yeah.
You know, that's her boss.
She needs to get that raise, man.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So, I have a tendency of falling asleep in class. Okay, and that's my fault. That's not her fault. I understand why she would get upset from that. So that's my fault. But so she, instead of like sending me to the office, instead of like having some type of other discipline,
Was there a comparison type of
it eventually gets there, but in the worst way possible. You're not even gonna expect this. So she, instead of doing that and kind of like disciplining me, she tries to humiliate me. So she like, all right, get up, do jumping jacks for a minute, and has the whole class looking at me, this fat little chubby kid doing jumping jacks, sweating, out of breath. This one point, she like, all right, class, everybody in the hallway. She has me run down the hallway and back, everybody laughing at me. That's not even the most embarrassing thing, though. That's not.
Is she fired now? Because she should have been.
I don't even know, but I know she was like suspended for a little bit, or I ended up switching teachers, so okay. I really don't know. Didn't want anything to do with her.
Yeah.
Here's the bad thing. So whatever that happens, one day in class, I'm not even falling asleep. I'm right awake, and we're talking about calories.
Oh no.
We're talking about calories, and you get already seriously. She calls me up to the class, and she calls Mr. Principal's son up to the class,
yes,
who is,
of course, the golden child.
Very handsome, very petite. You know, for 6th grade, he was in shape. Okay. And she goes, guys, who do you think eats the most calories in the class? Roger or Principal's son? Immediate laughter, bro. Immediate laughter. And I was like, dude.
This was in elementary?
This is in 6th grade, so
6th grade. Oh, no, I can't say names.
No, don't say any names. Don't even say the school.
Oh, wait. We didn't even go to the same school.
Yeah. So,
not middle school.
That was probably the most embarrassing thing that I had to, like, I cried, bro. Like, I cried. I went home crying to my mom. She made a big ordeal about it, switched teachers, and supposedly she almost got fired. I don't know. That could just been just
Yikes.
satisfying.
Yikes. That's not embarrassing. That's traumatic. That's a different topic, buddy.
You think so?
Yeah. God. Yeah.
That's embarrassing to me. But
Well, I mean,
because it's not like I forget about that story. It's not something that haunts me or like, oh, I was bullied. Like, I think people have a perspective. People see it different ways. I think someone who has a mentality that's a little bit weaker would be like, that just led to me having a eating disorder
Sure.
or whatnot. For me, it was just more embarrassing. And never used it for fuel for anything else. It just kind of like comes in and out. I was actually talking about it with my best friend the other night, so that's how I remembered it. But yeah, what is the most terrific moment? And mine, thinking back at it now, is actually very funny.
most terrific moment like in my life that's happened?
In your life,
Signing for a college scholarship.
signing.
Yeah.
I don't like. You never had a near-death experience?
You wait, what?
Terrific or like scary, like something like.
terrific is
Yeah.
like
Oh, it
I
can
think-
mean both, right?
well no. I think terrific is like like a great, fantastic
Can it be
experience.
also opposite?
I would have used the word like frightful, but
Okay,
like,
the most frightening
frightful experience.
The most frightening
Okay.
experience.
Okay, frightening experience.
Yeah, you're right though. Terrific is good.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's yeah.
scratch that.
Yeah.
Right.
Signing a college scholarship was not scary.
Yeah, I
But
was like, wow.
yeah, no. Just a few well, I don't know. There's
Do you have a
couple.
life? Everything just happened like a month ago.
No. Well, no. So I have two circumstances that are kind of similar. So there was one several months ago. We were in Alabama Gulf Shores, and we were me and my wife and some friends of ours were boogie boarding,
Were you
and
naked?
I was not butt naked.
Okay.
No, even it probably sure would have been great, but no, there was a bunch of people around. No, we were boogie boarding, and I was kind of like balancing on my board and watching everybody kind of boogie board. I was having to like walk them through on how to, because they didn't like grow up on the water, and it's just weird. Anyway, so we were like having fun or whatever, and I look up, and my wife is behind me. I'm closer to the deep end. We were probably in between the first and the second sandbar. And a friend of mine comes swimming across, and I'm with my other buddy who's standing next to me, and I see a fin.
No.
Yeah, and I immediately grabbed my buddy who's married to the girl who just swam across, and I said, "You need to get her, and you need to take her to shore, but just do it very calmly. Don't splash around. Just go to shore." And he's like, "Why?" And I was like, "I'll tell you when we get to shore. Just get to shore." So then, we do all that. We finally get everybody to shore, and they're like, "Oh, you saw a shark." And I was like, "Well, I saw a fin. I don't know if that's what it was." A lot of people mistake like porpoises and dolphins for sharks, and it could have been what it was. And we were pretty close up. So we wait a couple hours, and I'm like, "Well, I'm gonna go back out. I'm gonna keep boogie boarding." At that point, nobody else wanted to go back out, so I was probably out there for about 30 minutes. At this point, I'm around the second sandbar, and I'm standing up looking to catch the next wave, and there was a bump up against my leg, and I look down, and there's about a 4.5 foot shark. I don't know what kind of shark it was, but yeah. And he just casually like bumped into me. I don't know if it was murky or he was testing me or what, but he just kind of swam away, and I just went back into shore, and I was like, "Let's try this tomorrow." So yeah.
Let's try this tomorrow. I would try
yeah.
it like never.
No. And then something very similar. My mom used to work out in Bayview, and the river, I don't know if that's what it is, that flows through Bayview,
Okay.
is known to have alligators in it. And we were out there looking, and there was about a 5-6 footer out there. Yeah, and we liked, like, I don't know, like just staring at it and watching it, because it was cool, because it's not like you're at the zoo. These guys are like right there. No, actually, I didn't get face to face with one, thank God. But there happened to be like a little cheap boat that was on their dock. My dad ended up being able to get it from them for free, so he ordered me to go out there on that dock. Little did I know the dock was very old, so when I go to grab the boat, the dock breaks and I fall into the water that we had just seen. And that was just absolutely terrifying. And it's just not even for the fact that whether or not he was nearby. It was the fact that as soon as I hit, I was like, I'm in the water with this thing, so this is fun. So yeah.
That's scary.
Yeah.
And like animals is pretty.
Yeah. You realize how weak and little you are when you're. Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah.
My most frightening is also very. I don't even know I should say it on the podcast. Oh, it's actually very funny looking back at it, but we're young and dumb.
Yeah.
I was like around 17, and this was my first girlfriend. Okay. I would go pretty late.
Yeah.
1, 2 in the morning.
I think I like where this is going.
1, 2 in the morning. Go pick her up, and she lived kind of on the outskirts. Take some back roads.
Yeah, for sure.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Being young.
Yeah.
Okay, so we park at this random spot, and it's like we halfway park in a driveway,
Okay.
like it's Caliche Road. It's
Yeah,
a dirt
yeah.
road. So we park and we don't think anybody's there, right? Super old, dark trailer, no lights on, nothing. We're being young, just keep in mind I'm not in the driver's seat anymore.
Right? Because
Okay.
I would be upset if you were.
Okay, so we're not in the driver's seat anymore, which makes it's gonna make it more intense. Out of nowhere, we see lights turn on
Like inside the trailer?
inside the trailer,
Okay.
which at first isn't so frightening. Oh, somebody's there, right? Okay, get yourself together, gather yourself, let's go. Right? Doing it very calmly, very relaxed. Out of nowhere, this guy with the shotty comes out.
Oh no.
Game
No.
over, bro. I'm jumping up in the front, bro, ducking, turning the car back on, trying to just go. I think the car was on already. So
Okay.
which is why he probably heard it, saw the lights
Yeah,
on.
yeah.
Bro, I am booking it. My girlfriend at the time screaming, yelling, terrified, and bro, I don't stop, bro. Like I don't stop. I'm just zoom, out of there, and I'm scared, bro. I'm like ecstatic. Like I'm just like, dude, like you know what I mean. So that was probably the most terrifying experience that I.
Absolutely not.
Uh,
No, thank you. Yeah, how long was your adrenaline going?
I probably stayed up all night.
Yeah.
Probably
That's
stayed up all
crazy.
night.
That's
Yeah.
insane.
I remember telling my best friend about it, but that was probably it. I was too embarrassed to tell anybody else.
Yeah, I wouldn't say that that's.
Too embarrassing.
Yeah, I would just say that's like
I wasn't too open with my family back
a
then.
good
so-
night gone wrong.
Yeah.
You know?
So that was that. Yeah, it was pretty intense. I love that one. Would you rather be caught in water with a shark or a crocodile?
Oh.
Okay,
So I have both of those examples. Definitely an alligator or a crocodile. I would. Oh wait, no, being caught in the water. So I would definitely rather be caught in the water with a shark. Absolutely.
Okay, so you'd rather.
I would rather be in the water with a shark than a crocodile.
Okay,
yes, 1,000,000%.
I can see why.
Those things are ninjas underwater. You can at least a shark likes to come and investigate, and crocodiles will eat anything. If you're moving around, they're gonna come, and you won't know that they're coming.
I think the only scenario I would want to be attacked by a shark is because they're gonna bite whatever they bite is coming clean off. Those things are razors.
Yeah.
Their teeth.
Yeah.
A crocodile, it's death rolling you
Yeah,
under.
yeah.
You're drowning.
Well, and then another thing, sharks like to test first, and at that point, it's known that people have fought back before. You're not fighting a crocodile. You're not fighting an alligator. No, you're not. You're gonna
That's
lose,
true.
even if you try to fight. If you
Yeah.
you're done with them.
So what about on land though?
Well,
Or in its element. So shark in water
Uh-huh.
or croc on land.
Well, can't they run like 20,
Yeah,
30
yeah,
miles
yeah.
an hour?
I'm taking the croc.
It
bro.
might.
I'm
Yeah.
taking the croc.
Yeah.
Listen,
Are you like allowed to be near a vehicle and then just get in the car? and drive?
no. You have to just maneuver. It's about
Oh well, then they're
It's
not
a-
going to chase you and
it's about
no.
like a half a mile run to a vehicle.
Oh yeah, croc for sure. I mean,
It's
'cause-
still scary. They're
you-
faster than you.
Yeah. You zigzag.
Yeah.
Yeah, zigzag.
I'm juking that guy, bro.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
'Cause
He's not catching me.
I've never seen any sort of like situation where the croc is chasing someone down like a cheetah. You know, like that's not probably going to happen. He's probably going to be like, no, this is not what I'm supposed to be doing. I need to go and get the gazelle in the river.
I'm not the fastest man on earth, but you could put a crocodile.
Yeah.
I'm there. I'm up there with Usain Bolt.
I used to be able to run pretty quick. Now I only run quick to like food trucks. But you put an alligator out there, I will definitely outrun that.
Just like to symbolize it, it's just because I'm not. What am I gonna do in water with a shark, bro? Like that's.
You punch his nose.
I know that, but like, bro, punching this big face, that's way more terrifying. And then, they're designed to swim.
Yeah,
we're not designed to.
That, and even if you can survive the first shark attack, now you're bleeding, and it's gonna just invite more sharks to come.
Exactly.
Yeah.
At least an alligator, bro, we thrive on land.
Yeah.
So if he kills me on land, I'm ashamed of myself.
Well, it's still an alligator. Like,
no, bro, I'm just like, he got me on land. Like I deserved to die.
Well, I mean, the good thing about land is that there's also people on land, so like you might have help.
I might climb a tree.
Yeah, they can't climb. They can jump really high, but
they can like kind of half climb.
Yeah. But then at that point, they won't be able to like jump. They're not like cats or dogs.
Climbing a tree.
Yeah. Okay.
For sure.
Yeah.
Would you rather have skin that changes color based on your emotion, or tattoos appear all over depicting what you did the day before?
Skin color change. Yeah, because I mean, I kind of already wear like.
So let's man, I'm surprised. Okay, so you caught on to that really quick, but let's explain that a little bit more simple. So, would you rather have your skin change depending on the kind of emotion or like how you feel at the moment, or would you rather have tattoos on something that you did the night or the day before? Right?
Yeah. So, do the tattoos stay on there and I just get another one, or do they like the tattoo just? Well, if it's a tattoo, it stays, right?
The tattoo stays, but that kind of like defeats the purpose of like what you did yesterday. Because
eventually, I'm gonna run out of room.
Exactly, you're gonna run out of room, and then people aren't gonna know what you did yesterday, so that defeats the purpose. Because if you have all of those accumulating, they're like, which one did he do yesterday?
It's still tattoos, though.
Yeah,
I still say the skin color change only because like I already kind of like wear my emotion on my face. So if you see that I'm pissed, you might be able to see that I'm a little upset with you. If I'm confused at what you said, you might be able to see. So like that to me, there's not really.
Yeah.
As long as they're like cool colors, because I don't want to turn like
pink.
Yeah. Well, no, I like pink, but like,
pink. I'm not.
Yeah. Well, yeah. I think I'm saying like I don't want to turn like brown if I'm happy. Wow. Okay. No. Let's rewind. I meant. Oh God. Okay. We need to edit that out like so badly. I don't want to turn like.
What's wrong with brown people?
Yeah, that's why we need to edit that out.
That's saying.
I was looking at all the colors and I was like, well, that one's not as good as blue. I don't want
every color in here is good.
Yeah. I'm thinking like, I don't know, like an eggshell white.
Okay. I wouldn't mind being an eggshell white, but
oh no, that's not like. I mean, if I'm gonna go all out and change color, I'd rather be like blue or green.
I feel you. I'm with you on that. Just because if I did something stupid the day before, I would not want everybody to know that. But then again, it would be kind of like nobody's perfect. You kind of use it to your advantage. Like, well, and I did this, but I overcame, kind of deal. But still, I wouldn't want that. I wouldn't mind changing colors. But the only bad thing about that, the person that understands your colors, you wouldn't be able to hide your emotions at all. So if I hate you and I'm like trying to hide it, but I'm red, like I'm fiery red, like you're gonna know that I'm upset.
Yeah, but just being able to do that doesn't mean that people have to know that you're changing color or have to know your color.
Yeah, no, I know that. But I'm saying if they figure you out,
then yeah,
in a marriage,
there's no hiding it.
If you're guilty, what if you're wrong? In an argument and you change color and you're trying to prove that you're right, even though you know that
If you're wrong and you're still fighting against it, I don't care what color you're changed. You need to fix yourself before you continue that conversation. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I know what you're saying.
just humble yourself a little bit and have that conversation before you. Yeah. Don't keep arguing if you know you're wrong.
For sure, but not everybody has that.
Hey, well, sure, but I'm just saying, like, change color or not change color. If you're wrong, you probably need to look at something else.
For sure.
Yeah.
That's great.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's all the questions that I have.
Okay.
Do you have any questions? Do you want to say anything to your new community?
I would just like to thank you again for bringing me on board.
It's an honor.
Yeah, thanks, brother. For you guys that are watching and feel like this is going to be a cool, fun ride, subscribe, like. If not, and you don't like me, subscribe anyway so you can watch someone you don't like.
For sure.
Yeah.
For some reason, that's more polarizing anyways. People tend to, like,
Yeah.
give more attention to people they don't like.
Yeah. I let my haters be my motivators.
So maybe you should just be someone nobody likes.
Yeah, that's okay.
Anyways, guys, listen. We're closing up, and I think we have, at the moment that we're recording this, around 44 subscribers. Guys, if you can help us out, y'all are the ones. This is your channel as well. If you can help us get to 100 subscribers by the end of this month of April, that would be amazing. The journey's still going. We're going to be getting stronger. And hopefully by next year, we'll be in the thousands.
Yeah. And for you guys that are actually, like, watching, if you guys have ideas of topics that we can talk about and things that we can get really deep into, or not deep into, even if it's something silly, just let us know in the comments.
In the Patreon page.
And the Patreon page.
Yeah. In the comments too.
Yeah, those
but
two.
know that we are going to be prioritizing the Patreon page.
Yep.
Okay, guys? But thank you guys for watching. And until next time, we're out.
Later.
Peace.